Hey guys, this is a video on the receiving position for the dumbbell snatch. So, what's the deal here and why am I doing it? Because this is a very important video. So, the deal is the following. With the dumbbell snatch, we usually treat it as a very cheap movement, right? Like we just grab that dumbbell and this is what you will see. People doing this kind of movement, right? Like you just muscle that up, right? So you see this movement and then a press out at the end. What with the barbell we'll call a barbell muscle snatch, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with that, right? Like it's just a movement. Like the muscle snatch is a movement that is related to the snatch and that you use in different contexts from different things. There's no problem with muscling a dumbbell snatch, right? However, when you're thinking about any particular movement, what you want is to be able to have a plethora of options for you. So you don't want to just be able to muscle snatch a barbell. You want to be able to squat snatch, power snatch, hang snatch, all these variations so that you can actually use different techniques and different movements from different contexts. Remember, with movement, no matter if you're a professional athlete or you're just a regular human being, movement should give you options of movement. It shouldn't just be prescriptive and limited, right? And so, when you're thinking about the receiving position in a power snatch or even in a squat snatch with the dumbbell, there's one thing that it often never gets talked about, and is that just for the same reason that in a snatch we keep the barbell close to you, and then you receive that, you jump under, extend the arm, keeping that bar on the front plane very close to it. Just like you do that in the barbell, you should be able to do the same with a dumbbell. Why is that? Because the rationale of using that technique for the snatch is that technique is the technique that allows you to lift the most weight, to do it in the safest way, right? And so I'm gonna be able to, if I'm thinking about a barbell snatch, I'm gonna be able to, like, if I just apply vertical force, I'm not wasting any force horizontally. My shoulder doesn't have to stabilize that much, which means good things for the shoulder, and I'm just able to do more, right? And so with a muscle snatch, you're gonna be able to lift just the amount that you can muscle, but after that you're gonna be limited, right? So with the dumbbell it's the same. It's just that usually we don't use the dumbbell for anything else than conditioning. But the dumbbell snatch is a movement that you can use for strength development, for technique development. I have had great results with athletes by developing their dumbbell snatches in order to develop their snatches. You just need heavy enough weights, which sometimes is hard to find. But what that tells you is that what we want in a receiving dumbbell snatch position, either for power or hang, is the same. We want that a barbell snatch, or a kettlebell snatch. We want arm extended, shoulder a little bit rotated. We want to be able to come under that bell and receive with the arm already extended. And it also means that I want to be able to pull that bell very close to my body, right? So the mechanics are the same. What happens? What's the difference between a dumbbell and a kettlebell and a barbell? First, the barbell, you can come under, because when you're here and you come under, one thing that we don't do with a barbell snatch is we don't curl, right? Like we don't curl the clean, right? Like, because doing a curl there is just an inefficient way of moving. It's just horizontal momentum. We pull and then the barbell rotates with us. That's why those barbells spin, right? Like the plates stay in place while the barbell rotates with your hand. Same with the kettlebell. What happens is, like, if I snatch or I clean, the kettlebell rotates around my hand. If I do it, with awesome technique. If not, I go around, whatever. But the implement rotates. What happens with the bell is that most people never think about that, and so the only way to do it is by curling high, right here, and then pressing up, right? So that's why you end up doing more of a hammer curl to press, which is what most people do, and end up calling a a snatch, right? It's really not a snatch, it's not the archetype of snatch, it's a curl and press. And if you pay attention to your snatch, you probably are doing that. Why does that happen? It's not out of volition, it's just because it's impossible to do a proper snatch if there's no rotation of the dumbbell. Think about it. I will have to curl, even if it's just my wrist, I will have to curl at one point if I want to come from this position into this position without rotating the bell. Something has to rotate, right? So when you're thinking about the receiving position of the dumbbell snatch, one of the things that you want to do is to be able to let go. So if you track the number, you'll see that the number is not gonna change. What I'm doing, so the belt doesn't rotate, I'm not doing this. In that case, it rotates. I'm doing this, right? So I am throwing the belt up, letting my hand be a little bit loose, and rotate it under. Fun, right? Just like you do with a snatch, you don't let go of the bar. The bar rotates for you, it spins, but it's the same movement, right? Like it's a clean boom, right? The same thing you're gonna have to do it with a dumbbell snatch, but for that, and because it's not a kettlebell that can rotate around, you have to let go a little bit when the dumbbell is weightless, because again, you, like in a barbell snatch, you want that dumbbell to be weightless, right? And so you throw it, come under fast enough, rotating your hand around the belt catch with an extended arm in a good solid position. So that's it. But the basics of the receiving position of the snatch, the point is the basics of the receiving position of the dumbbell snatch should be the basics of the receiving position of the barbell snatch or kettlebell snatch. I want to receive with arm fully extended. I don't want to press out. I want to have a good shoulder position, which means I'm going to rotate as much as I can. That makes my shoulder, you see how I'm here, from here, and I can even be active, right? Like active. This depression is not a problem. I can be here or here. Rotation is a little bit more of a problem because here the shoulder is out of, right? So I want to be here with arm fully extended, and that means that the bell has to fly. I did not muscle snatch there, it flew and I caught on there. So you have to let that barbell fly. One thing that I leave you this is, if you ever have learned how to do a medicine ball clean, you know how that feels like. Again, remember that in the medicine ball clean, you lift that ball and then go under, and it's your hands that rotate and you kind of let go of that ball, because otherwise you're curling. It's the same thing with exactly the same thing with the dumbbell, right? So you let it rotate, like you let your hand rotate, right? So that instead of curling and pressing, you're really doing a dumbbell snatch. Why this? Again, because this will transfer to all your movements, to all your snatching with the barbell and with the kettlebell. And actually, lifting heavy dumbbells in the snatch is a super good movement. So yeah, that is it. Practice this on your. You can practice this with a very low weight. One thing that I have discovered that works very well is actually throwing that bell. Thinking of like throwing it, putting it and throwing it, and then let it go and catching. So I'm gonna see if I can show you. I'm gonna have to kneel so that the dumbbell is on the shot, but it will look something like this, right? So I'm here, I let go of there. I hope you can see that on the video, but I let go of the dumbbell and catch. And that's of course an exaggeration, that's not how you want to snatch, but just so that you get the feeling of what it means to let go of the dumbbell a little bit. Again, this is practice with very low weight, with a helmet on. Don't let a dumbbell hit you in the face. But let that dumbbell rotate. Remember, barbells spin for a reason. That is it. I hope this helps. Give it a try.